Let's see how to create sloping roofs in SIPE architecture. Thanks to the flexibility offered by SIPE architecture in its modelling tools, there are many ways to create sloping roofs in the programme. Let's see one of them. Before we start drawing, let's see how to use some key features, such as activating the grid, changing the model view, or orbiting the model. To activate the grid view, which can help us during modelling, we select the corresponding tool in the top right bar or press the F7 key. We can also work in different views or in a 3D environment. From the projection tool, we can modify them according to our needs. For the elevation, floor and section views, there is also the Alt +1, 2 and 3 shortcut respectively. If we want to orbit the model, we press the Shift key and the mouse wheel, and while keeping them both pressed, we then drag the cursor. Now that we are familiar with these features, let's start by entering the sketch. First, we draw a quadrilateral that will represent the ground floor or perimeter of the first roof. Then, we draw a second quadrilateral for the floor plan of the other roof, in case there are two intersecting roofs. The next step is to define the sloping roof sides. To do this, we rotate the model and draw a triangle on one side of the first quadrilateral, marking its highest point at a height of 3 meters with a reference line. We repeat the procedure on the second roof, making sure to keep the heights consistent. Next, we connect the lines and complete the sloping roof sides. Using the line tool, we draw the edges that will define the sloping planes of the roofs. Next, we use the extrude tool to carry out this operation on each roof. Pay attention when extruding the second roof, as it should be extended to intersect the first one. If we look at the model from different angles, we can see that the planes cross but do not intersect. This can be solved by using the Intersect tool, which automatically creates the necessary intersection lines. We can see that the intersection line has been drawn. With the sketch finished, we move on to the Architecture tab to convert the surfaces into final roofs. We select the Horizontal Elements tool and, from the Properties window, we choose the By-Surface Area entry mode and the roof type previously created from the types. Finally, from the Properties, we can choose the type of adjustment for the roofs. First, we enter them downwards, selecting the corresponding areas. If we deactivate the visibility of the sketch, we will be able to verify that the intersections between the roofs have already been solved. We delete the roof we have just created and reactivate the sketch view to see how to proceed in case of entering the roof upwards. When they are entered upwards, we will see that the intersections are not automatically solved. To solve this, we access the Intersection Solutions panel, activate the Solve Sloped Roof Intersections option, and accept the changes. This will accurately set the intersections. Following these steps, we have completed the design of the sloping roofs in SIPE architecture and obtained a clean and functional architectural model.